Warning: the following contains opinions that you might not agree with. It may also contain too much positivity that you might not be able to handle. But in all seriousness, viewer discretion is advised for the following program. Hello and welcome back to the Admin Time podcast with your hosts Jones Chua and
Sammy. Hi,
how are we
guys.
doing, my boys? Today we got two very good news. First off, my store is open, my dropshipping store. I just soft launched it. The link is in the description, togetherness.com.
Com.
And second and most important one, we got 10 subs, baby! Woo! This the effort of working hard, my friend. Yeah, let's go. 10 is the milestone. The next one, 20? 50?
50.
50? Alright, let's go.
Let's make it 100. Let's make it 100.
Okay, 100.
I'm gonna be ambitious here. Let's make it 100.
Alright, same with you.
Yes. And I realized that we're in our 10th episode.
Yeah,
And-
exactly, yeah.
And there's 10 subscribers.
Yeah.
And what's that? That with 10. 10 questions.
Today the 5th lah. If today the 10th, then just nice.
It's okay.
Divide by 2. Yeah.
Times 2 lah. What? Divide by 2.
No, it's in 10 divided by 5. 10 divided by 2, 5 or 5. Yeah, about there. Multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Divide. No, 2.5 rule.
Yeah. Alright. So, in today's episode, our 10th episode, we're going to talk about nutrition. So, because we know that Sam has worked in Staff D before, so
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you, Sam, if you could pick any meals, drink or dessert, what would you want to try again for the first time? What would it be? It can be a meal or drink or dessert or maybe all three. The best one.
Stuff D. I love its quesadilla. Quesadilla is like the best, but it's the most expensive out of all of the meals that's there. Quesadillas are the top. I always put what do you call this? I always put the 3 times the serving of the meat, the chicken and stuff. I just stuff it. That's why it's called stuff, right? So I stuffed it 3 times, and then during peak hour, like people see like me putting 3 times the serving, and then they were, oh shit, am I allowed to say this?
So yeah, is it a staff secret?
I mean,
Is it considered a staff secret?
I don't know if it's a secret, but
Okay, what's the gist of it?
basically I just put 3 times serving, and I don't know if it's allowed, but should be allowed. I mean, it's a meal, what? Like
Yeah.
it's considered a meal. So I put 3 times the serving of the chicken. I mean, it's not like often, but like actually it's often. Every time I go to work, I always eat that much. Then I put like 3 times the serving of the chicken. Then 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 it was during peak hour, and then the people were like looking at me, like putting the chicken when it's running out already. Then they quite scared, and I was about to go home.
Wait, but why they scared?
Huh? Cause
Why they scared?
the chicken is the one that they were going after. Cause once the chicken is gone,
Oh,
so
then
does
like
the
sold out lah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Technically, no much sales and the chicken was like really sought after. So and I know the chicken is good, better than all of the other meat products.
Mm.
And then the chicken was always the one that's getting sold out very fast. So yeah, I took the advantage since I was ending my shift at around 6 p.m., which was like peak hour in Singapore, and then when it reached like 6 p.m., I'll be like, bye guys, and then I just grab my stuff, and then everybody everybody in the queue like mafan lah, like they say, oh, got one less worker means like more slower.
Okay. I get what you mean. Yeah. Or because it's relating to your shift. After that you stuff all the
Yeah,
chicken you want. After you can
yeah,
take back home.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, I never asked this question to someone who worked at F&B before. Are you allowed to? Okay, I would consider you're allowed to eat your own food where you work, but do you have to pay back? Is
Pay
it
back
yeah, pay
the
back
thing.
what you eat, or is it
No,
like minus from your pay?
it's provided. It's provided
Oh,
with provided from the whole thing. Like once you work, you're entitled to a meal.
mm,
I mean, I think that's just for the place I'm working at. I was working at, but yeah, we was entitled to one meal, but without the drinks and all the other stuff.
mm,
But yeah, I was entitled to a meal every shift. So yeah, I usually get the quesadilla or the daily bowl, which is basically a basically salad lah,
mm,
which I don't really um I don't really eat much, but I've actually tried. So it's actually really nice to eat those kinds of thing.
mm.
Yeah, but in general, I wouldn't say that stuff is the stuff. Stuff is the what do you call this? The place that I wanna say that I wanna try like the food. My favorite food that I wanna try again for the first time. I would say my favorite food that I want to try for the first time would be the seafood pineapple rice from Dhoby Ghaut. I
Wow.
was really big into the Thai cuisine, and like
Uh,
it's so like if you think of it it has a lot of spices that are involved in cooking all those um all those food, and it's kind of relative to the Indian cuisine where they have curry and stuff, yeah, curry leaves and stuff like that. Yeah, they have lots of spices as well, and yeah, I just find their food culture to be very interesting, and uh I actually would like to discover more of the Southeast Asian the food culture and stuff. Yeah, yeah. And how about you, Jones?
the I don't think this will surprise you because I'm not much of a foodie, so I'm quite like chincai. As long as it's got like meat and protein. If we ever go kopitiam or without fail it's either I will eat cai peng or I find myself eating western. But other than that it's just cai peng. Cai peng the rice,
Well,
then the broccoli, then like the pork chop, and
yeah.
then tofu. That will be my staple meal. And that's it. I don't have a favorite meal per se. But then your Thai seafood pineapple rice. They are quite interesting.
Yeah.
Is it served in the pineapple bowl? I know some Thai restaurants or stores they serve in pineapple bowl. Like they carve the pineapple then they
Actually,
serve it.
I'm wait. The time when we went for our section outing, where we went to Alaza, is it the one? Alamin or
I mean, the section
Alamin?
outing the one
Yeah,
with Hong Pai Tao is it?
yeah.
The one in Maju already. Oh, okay, yeah, it's Alamin.
Yeah. Then they serve
Yeah,
this. It's an Indian Muslim restaurant, right? And then I
yeah.
was like surprised that they have this meal where they put pineapple, the 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 outer layer of the pineapple, and then they
Mm,
put on the pineapple rice with the pineapple.
yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, they do have, but I don't know what are you? I actually don't know what's pineapple. What pineapple bowl?
Yeah, so it's basically your Thai seafood pineapple rice, right?
Mm.
Sometimes or most of the time rather they serve in our bowl lah or plate lah. But some
Ah.
restaurant or store they want to atas a bit, they carve the pineapple, then they serve you in a
Uh,
bowl. But I don't know whether your Dhoby got offer like that.
No, I think it's a very authentic the kind of like you know those food hawkers where they just serve their like normal plates and stuff like that. Yeah,
Mm.
it's basically like that. But then their food is like so. I would say my first time was like I could really feel like the like I don't know I don't know if you could relate but I feel when I'm eating something I kind of like indulge the culture that's been in the food, like all of the like I just think about the not just the food culture itself, but like the the culture of like Peranakan dance or something like that.
Ah,
Then like I sniff it, then I
oh,
just
then it makes you think
have
of
like
the culture of what you eating lah.
yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
It just blast. It just gave me like a blast of like uh what you call this sceneries of what
Ah,
we see in Thailand, and then
oh, oh, then it like brings you to Thailand is per se lah.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, your imagination very vivid lah.
yeah.
I think
I guess
for
so.
me it will depend on the setting. If it's like I eat
Mm,
like Indian food or Thai food for example at kopitiam, then I don't really feel it lah. But if it's in a
mm,
restaurant then probably. But for
probably.
me your imagination more vivid than mine lah. I just eat only lah. As long as got meat can already. Yeah.
I mean, as much as I want, I really want to enjoy every single like sensation we really have. Cause
Yeah.
some people they don't really have this, and I'm sure they want to have the same. So you
That's
might
true.
want to maximize your so-called like your potential of like tasting and like
Savoring the food.
feeling
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, yeah. Then when you grow old, then you kind of like you kind of inspire people like how you should actually um uh satiate your senses and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, that's like my take on food lah, basically.
Then
Yeah.
drinks wise, drinks. You got
Drinks
any
ah,
favorite
wow,
drink?
bro. Ever since I tried taping, wow, wow, just
uh,
taping all the way, man. I
buy
mean,
from the
I mean,
the maju the canteen.
I wouldn't say that was my first time lah, but I'm sure I've tried it like way before. But
Yeah.
when I tried Maju's one, I was like, I feel like this is my first time. But I mean, it's not lah. But it it kind of is because I had the same feeling also as well when I drink when I drank taping. I mean I don't show it. I don't tell you like what I'm
Mm.
imagining. But yeah, the taping was like one of the few drinks. The other drinks were bandung, ice
Mm.
bandung.
Mm.
Yeah, ice bandung was. I mean, though it's sweet and kind of like um those you wouldn't want in a drink like in like you wouldn't want to drink it regularly.
Yeah.
But it's just so different than other drinks like iced tea. Cause here in the Philippines we are all like very citrusy uh flavored tea or something like that.
Mm.
But in Singapore um we we put in milk and stuff, and like um it's very unique
Yeah.
to especially to us Filipinos, because we don't usually have this. And yeah, I guess these unique flavorings made things very how do you say this, very um
It makes it different lah, cause it's
it's
like
different makes it
a bit of
significant,
like
like
culture shock lah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
culture shock, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
definitely, yeah. But yeah, how about you? The drinks wise.
drinks. Okay. I can agree with you on the bandung, the taping, all that. But that was back when, wow,
Primary
like
school.
no, not so way back. Maybe like just before NS. Because NS, during
Oh,
NS I don't really drink much sweet drinks.
yeah, yeah,
Even up to
yeah, yeah.
now. Even when classmates ask me what's my like favorite drink, I say at most 100 plus. And then if comes to really sweet drink, then those like liang teh or those herbal tea you buy from I don't know what store those in the bottle one, those herbal
Oh,
tea
like
like ginseng
yeah,
chrysanthemum,
yeah,
those kind. Then like that's my
yeah,
max because of the sugar level. But last time wow, bandung lah, taping lah, the best one is Milo dinosaur. You like Milo dinosaur?
oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Especially when the powder on top.
I actually actually like kind of like recreated it, but then soon after the so-called the excitement was gone.
Mm.
Yeah, I just didn't like the amount of sugar that was in. Like
Yep.
my mom kept on like warning me, stop. I will never buy Milo ever again. And I was like, seems fair lah. Then I just stopped liking it lah.
I think there's a way to strike a balance lah. Cause
Mm.
Milo actually is like is quite nutritious, but you should
Mm.
also should treat it like a meal because it's actually quite heavy and concentrated.
The fiber and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, then when you drink just a cup like Milo kawa, it's actually like really enough already. And you add the powder some more, wow, you really damn cow already.
Yeah.
So I think it's more than enough because I say it's a meal mah.
Yeah.
Then which of course Milo can become a dessert lah. So will you also have a favorite dessert like a
Chendol.
simple chendol?
Chendol
Hmm.
with the the sugar Malacca sugar. I don't know what's the what was the name?
Gula Melaka.
Gula Melaka.
Yeah, Gula
Yes,
Melaka. Yeah.
that one
Ah.
was like it's very instead of putting like normal sugar, like Gula Melaka has like a taste to the sugar itself.
Yes.
So it's definitely so cultured and
Mm.
yeah. How about you? What was your
Mine is
favorite dessert?
last time I used to eat, you know the ruby. I forgot what's it called. Black, no, not black ruby. Like
It's red, right?
red ruby. Yeah, correct. Red ruby.
No,
I don't
since
want
when
black
Ruby is
cow.
black, bro?
Yeah, red ruby with the milk. Yeah, this is my favorite. Then standard ice kacang.
Ice
Uh,
kacang.
chendol maybe. Ice cream. That one cannot beat. Chocolate ice cream. You know, especially those at the Orchard Road.
The
The wafer ice cream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, my favorite one is peppermint chocolate ice cream.
oh,
Yeah, something chocolatey.
something
But again, all this food that they mentioned is all I eat last time one. Now it's just really the cai peng. Then drink is just water all that.
really, um, now mentioning it, I kind of want to go back to my roots. So, um, it's either between chendol and taho. Okay, so taho is basically caramelized. Is it caramel? Like the syrup is caramelized.
Mm.
Um, and then they first put what do you call this? Uh, not say tofu lah, but bean curd. You know
Mm.
those bean curd where it's very
Yeah.
soft, and then so you just put bean curd, and then they put the syrup onto.
Mm.
It's not really that. It's I mean it is sweet, but it's not uh very concentrated on like the sugar itself, but
Yeah.
it's watery, and then um you just it's like a black a black, see, not black soup lah, like black brownish soup, and then
Mm.
it's just this tofu just floating, and okay, bean curd just floating, and then it really appealed to me when I first like discovered it when I was young, and um I got kind of disgusted with the whole look, but it's just so interesting it's just so interesting to look at the how like how you see it lah. Cause like you don't really see black things like onto like food, right? Unless you put like what the pepper and stuff, but you rarely see those kinds of colors, and
Mm.
you see like green and stuff like that. But then this one is just white and not really white lah, but um uh but the skin color pink, is it pink,
Mm.
peach, and the brown, the brown. And let me just show you. It's quite. I think you've tried it before, but I'm not so sure. But let me just share my screen.
Yeah. I think speaking of Filipino food, I must thank you for bringing me to that restaurant at Far East. That was maybe 3 years
Oh,
ago. Holy shit.
Kabayan. Yes.
Yeah.
Kabayan. Shout out to the owners, to the store owners of Kabayan. You guys are
Yeah. It's been three
awesome for
years.
bringing
Holy shit.
Filipinos. Yeah, this is taho. It's
Ah,
what you
yeah,
call
yeah.
taho. Oh, they have those kinds of pearls, but we don't really
Ah.
use pearls in taho. But it's basically a street food. Then
Mm.
this is the so-called caramelized
Yeah. Wow. Holy
soup.
shit, bro. The sugar.
Yeah, I mean, I must say this is way better than those what you call this milk tea and stuff 100% sugar and something like that, and then they just put the pearls and like
Mm.
it's very like, for me, like, okay, I get the trend, but I don't see why you should be crazy over bubble tea, because I feel like
Yeah.
this is very underrated. Like, you should definitely try. I'm sure they have bean curd, like those bean curd like dessert in
Yeah, they have
Singapore, right?
tau
It's
tau
not,
hui ah,
but
tau
it's
hui.
not that tahui.
Tau hui,
Wow.
but it's not so concentrated in terms of the sugar level lah. It is soupy. Is
Oh,
okay. Remember Lao Ban Dou, yeah, the frozen one.
no,
The
bro. I only.
I wouldn't speak Chinese to you lah, but that's the brand lah.
Oh,
It's
no,
the
no, no.
frozen beancurd,
Yeah, yeah.
but also the traditional tau hui is the soupy one. A bit like your tau ho, but
Yeah.
your tau ho is definitely more sugary than this.
Agree. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
but I think it
Yeah.
reminds me of a bit of creme brulee, but creme brulee is more
Creme
solid lah.
brulee. Okay, we do have a creme brulee here, but we call it differently. And I mean, it's prepared differently also lah. Cause creme brulee, they do the torching, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So in the Philippines, we like in Western countries, you have creme brulee. Here we have what's it called? Leche flan. So it's basically
Ah,
flan, and basically it's caramelized also. Let me just show you.
I think
So
you mentioned both before.
yeah, so leche flan. That's
Yeah,
the.
this one.
I think you've tried this before, like in. Have you tried this before? Like
Have I?
in Kabayan, because they do serve those Kabayan. They do serve those leche flan in Kabayan, and like it's like, I think it's a very small portion, and I think I actually bought one, like when we actually went to Kabayan. Oh, by the way, for those viewers who are listening, um support this Kabayan store. This a store, a restaurant.
Hmm.
It's, I think, it's in Lucky Plaza, and
Ah.
I think it's level 3. Yeah, you have to go up to a certain level, and then you have to just like go left, I think, left and then straight, and just go straight, and then you see the saw. Yeah, I still remember the how it looks like. It has like the very Filipino traditional, like
Yeah.
you have paintings,
Hmm.
and then the wood there is like very, like it's very woody lah, like the whole atmosphere. But the floor isn't wood lah. That's sadly
Hmm.
it's cement.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Ah, yeah, it's at
then
Lucky
it's like,
Plaza. Okay, I
yeah.
mixed it up with Far East. Yeah, I think I put the address in the description.
And
Yeah.
then the store is basically like a cai peng, where you select your food,
Yeah.
and then
I
you pay
remember.
later. But
Hmm.
then it's much more expensive compared to the one in Taipeng. Taipeng is like $3. Over
Yeah.
there, the one meal is like $7 and stuff like that. So don't go there if you're broke. Yeah, just go there once, like a few times, like in a year. I mean, if you really like Filipino food. But yeah, there are much more Filipino food in Lucky Plaza. So
Mm.
yeah, that's not limited to only Kabayan. But yeah,
But
that's
price wise is okay mah, cause I mean if you I can't really compare to Cai Peng because of the price. Cai Peng is more economic. That's why it's called economic
Mm,
rice. But Kabaya is Filipino food mah. I mean it's cultured food.
mm.
So definitely it's slightly
Yeah.
more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you can afford to go there, then go lah. But yeah lah. That's just the price, $6-7. It's about there lah. I mean it's actually a good
It's
price.
decent lah.
Yeah.
It's decent lah for the price, cause you're in Orchard. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, I wouldn't settle for a Jollibee.
Yeah, Jollibee is fast food.
Wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't. Jollibee is like too overrated already. Like, it
Yeah.
used to be good, but then once they oversaturate the chicken uh with flour, then that's where they went bad lah. But yeah, anyways,
Hmm. Yeah.
what is
What?
a healthy diet?
Yes. What is a healthy diet to us? Okay, for me is something not fried and less sugar content.
Mm,
Okay, if it's a meal something home cooked like
home cooked.
maybe rice. I try to get those low GMO type of white rice, or at best brown rice. Then vegetable,
rice.
maybe I cook something leafy. Like
Mm.
I don't know if you consider broccoli leafy lah, but that's my favorite vegetable lah. And those kailan, baby kailan. Then
Baby
meat.
Kailan.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Eat with the sotong sauce. A bit of sauce lah. Yeah, that one the Zi Cha restaurant always have one. You know Zi Cha? Those bigger
Just-
kopitiam have the side restaurant. It's like it looks like it's like a restaurant lah, but it doesn't have their own restaurant housed per se. It's part of the kopitiam. Yeah, then they sell those meats and vegetable lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then meat would be
Is that-
something.
The one you like select the vegetables.
No, that one is we got yong tau hu.
Yang tahu.
Yeah, that one is a bit like cai png, but you can go ham with it lah, cause it's a bit like buffet. And it's very cheap. It's very cheap. Yeah.
Legit.
But that's only if you have a big stomach, then you can eat. Yeah.
When I go there, I should try. Like I
Yeah.
should try those things I haven't tried yet.
That one is best with
I
soup.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually tried cai png, but it's not really those ones you see in hawker center. It was more in a work setting, so I didn't really enjoy it because like most of the food there is like all taken already, and like I mean not taken but like almost finishing, so
Mm.
I didn't really get fully experience what cai png is. But yeah,
The best
really nice.
you go kopitiam, the neighborhood one, the cai png is the best really. Yeah, then
Really,
that one you have to take in consideration the meat portion lah. Yeah, the serving portion. Not if you pay so much but they give you so little, then it's not that good lah.
I remember there's like there's like a way for you to get those big portions, and then you like compliment the one serving you. Hi.
Really? Yeah, a bit cheesy.
That's why I heard from those YouTubers from Singapore, like they all get cai png, and then they like compliment the chef. Wow, you look so handsome today or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
Then they give you more portions. That's what I saw. I think that was Benjamin King and something like that. But then they were speaking in Chinese, and then some of them they don't really know much Chinese because I don't think Chinese was their main their main language. But then it was hard for them to say out all these compliments because it's like very. I don't think it's because they are very weird with the language, but I don't think they are knowledgeable with the language itself. So they got the lesser portion of the meat, and then those very like expert on the Chinese wow, the box almost like cannot you can't really close the box.
Okay, wow. Hey, quite
And then-
overstuffed for that kind of
Yeah.
price. Maybe like $5-6 is a good price if your Tupper box
Yeah.
is full. Yeah. But that one it's best you ask for more lah. It's like like cringy sia.
No, cause you
like compliment people.
cause like if you don't how do you say this I mean if there's a way for you to get more without actually paying more, then I don't think that's like a cringy thing lah. But I mean to each of his own lah. If he finds it cringy, then he won't. I would find it cringy if it was me. But then like it just feels so uncomfortable if I'm doing it lah. But if for others, if they are done nothing to say lah.
It's not
Yeah.
natural lah. It's not natural, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, a healthy diet to me is mostly if I can cook myself lah. But normally if I go out like lunchtime, then I eat cai png. That's like the healthier option already. Yeah. What about you?
Okay, back in the army, I actually have this buddy of mine, and he has this this diet where he can't eat any processed food. Yeah, so it's like I think his excuse was no processed. I think it's vegetarian, but I'm not too sure but
But he excuse processed food. The MO give you excuse processed food.
no, like not really an excuse lah, but like his dietary restriction is no processed food. If he has processed food, he would like give it away. But he strictly goes by this no processed food diet, and he told me the reason why he has this is because processed food is basically has a lot of chemicals in it, and you really don't know or what you're being fed
Yeah, that's true.
and yeah, and I mean, same goes for those natural products, but those processed foods, you really don't know what, like hot dogs and like
Mm.
tofu's, and like you don't know what kind of processes they actually go through, and it's a bit unsafe. That's why he told me lah. And come to think of it, it actually provoked my it was quite provoking, quite thought provoking for me. So um I, I did not make some research lah, but basically I made my own um like YouTube searches about processed foods and stuff. And yeah, it did scare me, but it didn't affect the way I was still eating lah. I mean, which is what I'm still eating today. Cause I think like um um not saying that I support being unhealthy and stuff, but I feel like if you restrict yourself to such a diet that you don't really uh you're not really free to eat you're not able to try the things that you actually want to try. I think that's like a limit for me to stay away from. I don't want to be too controlling, because I feel like there's a lot more to try just other than non-processed food. But yeah, I would say that having non-processed food and having the natural the naturally processed, which means like chicken, and then like you don't really put much ingredients in it. I think that is what I consider as a very healthy diet for me.
Mm.
Um, Next thing would be, yeah, something that you would cook at home, and you're the one who actually cooked it. Yeah, that I think is a very healthy diet. And because what ingredients are being put inside the food itself, and like you get to control the things that you actually
Correct.
put in your food.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's I think yeah, I think that's the how I see what a healthy diet looks like for me.
Mm. I think
Yeah.
I think I think also for me it's more about balance.
Mm.
Yeah, don't go too much on meat. Even though
Mm.
we work out, we tend to bulk, but then
Mm.
sometimes one serving, 1 or 2 servings of protein is actually just enough already. And
Yeah.
also in terms of calorie wise, just a serving or plate of food is actually enough already. But I
Mm.
always compare to this one handful of like almonds or nuts is already 100 plus calorie. Can you imagine the meal that we eat? It can be without knowing, you just eat 1,000 calorie, more than your required needs. So I guess balance is a thing lah. It
Mm.
not just the quality of the food, but how much you eat as well. And with regards to processed food also, I think the worst culprit is the hot dog sausage and the luncheon meat. The one you see
Mm.
in the bee hoon store, those kind.
Yeah.
They eat
Yeah.
for breakfast. Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah. So do you think in your opinion the notion of cooking at home is necessarily healthier, or eating out it's necessarily unhealthy? Like is there a correlation?
Hang on. Um, I don't think there is, but it really depends on where you're eating. If it's outside, cause like um if you know exactly what you're eating, then I don't think there's any relation between eating outside and eating at home. Cause like
Mm.
yes, you may know what you're eating at home, but um outside could be much more healthier, and like there are much more better alternatives rather than eating at home. But well, of course, uh there comes the budget problem. If
Yeah,
if
correct.
if it's if it's more expensive, cause like um uh you, you also have to consider the fact that you have to spend money on food, so you wouldn't want to. Yes, it's healthy, but um, as much as your budget is very restricted. Am I using the correct words? But
Yeah.
you have like a restriction of the you have a budget, and if you buy if you buy this healthy meal, which is too overpriced
Mm.
for a normal meal that's a little bit unhealthy, then I think it's very subjective it's to each of his own lah,
Correct.
technically. So yeah, it's very subject. This question is I think it's very subjective. But for me, um, I I try not to eat outside as due to the budget that we currently have lah.
Mm.
And um I feel like it's nice to go outside, uh like not say often but like seldom, you, like maybe
Occasionally lah.
once in every 2 weeks or something like that.
Mm.
I think it's nice to go outside. But um in terms of uh the the commonness of us eating outside, I would rather us eat at home rather than eat outside because of
Correct.
the firstly is the budget, secondly is the things that you currently take, because you don't know what you entirely don't know what they actually put into the
Mm.
ingredients. It
Yeah.
could be uh, uh in the Philippines here, it's quite common that some restaurants they keep their food overnight, and then for the next day people they'll serve the food for the next day. And then you don't know how long this food has been served and stuff like that, and
Mm.
you really don't know lah. Then yeah, I just think that yeah, I just think that eating at home is good lah.
Yeah.
Will be better.
Now definitely now because we are experiencing inflation almost everywhere. So
Mm,
you rather cook your own meal, or rather
yeah.
you buy from the grocery store. Then you cook your own meal. Then you can at least control the budget. One thing you can control how healthy it is, how much oil you put in, this and that, whether you want fried or not, or bake your meat. Then when you go out, then obviously the price will be higher lah, because they also the restaurants and the kopitiam also have to keep up with rent.
The rent,
Yeah, then when their rent
the water
increase,
bill.
then they increase. Yeah, then all of this increase, then they increase their food prices. Food prices increase, then they increase even more. Yeah,
Yeah.
then that's the price factor lah. Then whether they cook healthily or not, then that's another issue, because
Mm,
you cannot really see that process. What you
yeah.
wouldn't know, because only you can, when you cook yourself, you can control. So
Yeah.
which of course, if do you cook your own meal, or you cook for your family? I mean, okay,
Um.
let's say given the like the price, the how say, the the budget that you have, and also the knowledge that you acquire from cooking. Do you cook your individual meal, or do you like, want to do you seek to prepare meal for your family?
Right now, due to like the school and stuff, I haven't been too involved with the kitchen, honestly. But as of now, I'm really trying to be more involved with it. So I kind of like um I make myself like more knowledgeable with all these dietary uh with all this cooking and stuff lah. And I used to prepare my own meals like when I was living alone, like in Singapore, like while my family was away. Um, and it was quite unsustainable for me lah, even if I wasn't studying back
Mm.
then, because like there's a lot of preparation going on, and like I was still very unknowledgeable about this kind of thing, and I just jumped on to the bandwagon and stuff, and like I actually tried I actually tried making my own food, and it was I think it was lettuce. I just normal lettuce, and then uh it was like chicken but without the skin. I took off the
Mm.
skin, and uh and I air fried it, and it turned out to be really salty. Cause like I marinated it with a lot of like spices and stuff like that, and then it turned
Oh.
out really bad. So it was kind of a bad experience for me, but it was a good experience because
Mm.
I got to try it lah. So I wouldn't say that I would stick to me relying onto my like my aunts and my parents
Mm.
for my meals, but I'll definitely seek to help out with the kitchen
Mm.
um very soon lah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Uh,
if you were
yeah.
to help out with the kitchen, right, and cook, right, do you prioritize health or cravings?
Health or cravings?
Yeah.
Health. I mean, no, I wouldn't consider um both. I'll consider budget because now like here in the Philippines, like the prices are very like very high lah. So I wouldn't say that. Okay, I wouldn't say I I would rather have something that's cheaper but and healthy rather than something that's more expensive and of course I'll balance it out lah.
Mm.
If if the season that if the season allows us to like buy more of these, then which are actually more healthy, then we will buy it lah. But if it's out of season and it's expensive, then you wouldn't force into the culture where you get so it's definitely depending on
Mm.
on the supply and the budget that we have lah.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that,
Then
that's
do okay. The first question we talked about our uh favorite food and what we want to try again, right? Are
mm,
those your comfort food and drinks?
no.
The
No. Okay,
what are your
the drinks yes,
okay?
but my comfort food would be depending on the snacks of the occasion lah. So if I was if I was sorry. Oh, okay. So if I was at Christmas,
Mm.
it would be those bibingka, and like bibingka is basically I don't know I don't know what's the ingredients, but uh I'll search it up later. It's bibingka, and then those oh taho no basically all of the Filipino street food
Mm.
is somewhat a comfort food lah.
Mm.
And I would say now I'm starting to like fruits like as my own comfort food. Like I
Yeah.
feel like fruits
Same.
is very like even though it's like I mean set aside the nutrition part, but like if you just um eat it as like a snack or something,
Mm.
it's very beneficial for you.
Correct.
Cause
Yeah.
I used to eat during my break time after I finish my quesadilla, I would eat an apple. I would actually buy apples from NTUC, and
Mm.
I'll just snack on apples and stuff like that. And then I found a liking to it lah. At first I wasn't really much uh um, much happy with the things that I'm eating, but as things progress, um I just found a liking to healthy sugars, and yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a very good habit as well.
Same.
So yeah, uh, but an unhealthy comfort food I would say is I'm trying to stop this. That would be potato chips.
Hmm.
I mean, I still I mean it's a it's a pastime lah, I guess. Um, and then it would be the other one would be potato corn,
Potato what?
which is fries. Potato
Oh,
corn.
fries. Fries. Okay.
Yeah,
I remember
fries. So
the time we were at SCA, you bought the truffle fries
yeah,
for
how was
us.
it?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I still remember it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think truffle fries
yeah.
would be hard. I would say hard to come by.
Mm,
Maybe maybe cheese fries would be next. Yeah, but you already come across truffle fries. Because
yeah,
of course truffle
yeah.
is quite rare as well. Yeah, but it was
Mm-mm.
nice. If you don't mind me asking, how much do you pay for it? Do you remember? Like close to 10?
No, it was more than that.
Huh?
I think.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I bought it for you guys, so I mean,
Oh.
yeah. course,
Wow.
man.
If I didn't
I
ask,
think that time during SCA when you guys were at SCA, I was actually missing your guys really bad, and
yeah,
I wanted y'all to come to SW, so that's why I was like just let's give to them. I was like I miss them. Then
oh,
I just then I realized that the the shift was so perfect because it had you, it had Subhash, it had Sean, I think,
Sean,
and then it
yeah,
had Torn. Yeah, so
uh,
it was nice.
yeah,
And just came by to say hi. Yeah,
bro,
that's that. That's it.
bro. If I had asked about the price on that day, I would have taken more. Yeah, and I remember taking just one medium fry. That's all.
Yeah, bro. I that's what I don't understand about you, bro. Like every time I ask you to try, you try. Like it's like I mean,
Yeah, I did try, but
don't
very
think
very
of the
small.
price as well. Yeah, but yeah, don't try because of your diet. Yeah, don't just try just one because of your dietary. Like if I ask to if someone asks you to eat this, I mean of course you'll be a bit skeptical lah of this person. But if someone's like me who genuinely asks you to try this, means it's freaking good. I'm telling you. Yeah,
But I mean, okay. Speaking of Filipino food just now, right, I think if I'm not
yeah,
wrong, you brought something Filipino to camp once. Like you
yeah.
tapao, you put in a container. They asked us to try. I think it was a dessert or something. If I'm not wrong, I think I remember clearly. That's the only thing I did not try. So I only tried the fries that you bought.
I think it was leche flan.
It could, yeah. I think it's
I,
the flan. Yeah, when you mentioned the flan just now, then I remember we brought something
yeah,
similar. Yeah.
yeah. I think it was flan. Cause like I remember Sir John tried it.
Mm.
Sir John, a few others tried it, and Sergeant Moose. Yeah, they all tried it, and then they say it's nice. And I was like
Mm.
very proud. Yeah,
Sorry, Sam. I didn't try
I,
at all.
I really like I really like when I'm sharing those kinds of like the culture and stuff,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
yeah,
You
it's
do you made it
definitely
yourself?
very. Hmm?
You made it yourself?
Am I making myself? I helped out. So technically not lah. No,
Uh
I wouldn't say.
so yeah lah, I agree with you lah. I mean, okay, one thing is because you're sharing your culture, so you feel like quite
Right.
yeah. But when you made it, and plus in addition when you made it or helped to make it, then you feel like it's actually quite achievement. Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from. The
Yeah.
sense of pride lah, not only to
Mm,
culture but your contribution to it. But
yeah.
yes, on a sour note, I did not try it. I don't remember trying.
No, I clearly don't remember you trying because I
Yeah.
remember you had this strict diet where you had no sugars and stuff. I'm like, yo,
Yes.
bro, like, yeah, so out of your mind. This might be the last time I'd be sharing you guys with this, and then yeah, it's okay. You still be coming here, so uh, yeah,
Okay, I don't come ready.
don't regret, huh?
I don't come ready.
Huh? Don't come. Oh, why?
I don't want to be stuffed with sugar.
Hey, I mean, not everything is about sugar, bro. Sometimes it's just about the taste that you haven't. I'm sure you'll start to like Filipino food once you come here.
Yeah. Nah lah,
Yeah.
joking lah. I will try lah. I mean, like we mentioned before, the occasional cakes during birthday, then yeah lah. But not like
Okay,
every
when you
day
come
mah.
here, when you come here, since you're so uh so skeptical on food, I'll give you bitter gourd. A dish about bitter a dish that's based with bitter gourd.
Oh shit.
I'll make sure you try it.
I don't like bitter gourds.
I think yeah I eat bitter gourd quite often. Like I mean, especially these days where meat doesn't come by like very meat. I mean yeah it does come, but then
Like very scarce lah.
bitter gourd is like the very scarce, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because like the prices just went up, and you know,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
due to inflation. Yep.
I guess my comfort food would be breakfast. I always make my own breakfast. 2 slices of bread, 2 fried eggs. The fry is like a bit not say like a very yellow type. Just I burst the yolk, then I just mixed it a bit, and then it's fried lah. And then a slice of cheese, and a 200 ml plus of milk. and then an apple, small apple. So apple they keeps the doctor away lah. So in terms of fruits, I eat fruits at literally every meal. After every meal, my favorite fruit used to be mango. Now I love orange. Yeah, but I cook. Okay, comfort for me the definition of comfort food is not to say like kick back and slack and eat like stuff my face, those kind of comfort food, but comfort food in terms of how comfortable I am in terms of the schedule, how sustainable it is. I although what I eat for breakfast is about like 500 calories, slightly less than what I need per meal. It's because of the time constraints. Because after I work out, then I cook. Then I have to I have to prepare long term for when I start work. But I don't know what time I start work so I just conjure up something quick, and then I eat. Then because I eat less for breakfast, right? Then I know that lunch and dinner the serving would be bigger, because lunch and dinner serving is generally much bigger than breakfast So because I eat less, so I can afford to eat slightly more for lunch. Yeah. So that's the definition of comfort food for me. But in terms of fruits, yeah, I really love orange. I used to like mango. Now I still like lah. My mother always buy fruits for us. We eat every meal. But if I were to live in my own household, my fridge would be stacked with just orange, and I'll be happy. Apple and orange. Yeah, so I'm not choosy in that on that front. Yeah.
Drinks,
Sorry?
Drinks,
Water. or milk lah, in terms of the morning routine, and milk lah. Other than that, water, milk, and 100 plus. Then I set for the entire year already.
What's your favorite juice?
Ooh. Technically, I consider fruit as juice though, because it's like liquid. What? Unless I like blend
I mean, like juice, like liquid juice.
Orange.
Orange juice.
Yeah, orange juice. But bro, I mean, like I said, it's really, it's still fruits Unless I got a device that like blending device lah. I just like blend all the fruits. But I don't think I have a favorite fruit juice. Like what's that? Juice Boost You know juice Boost, right? Yeah. I used to drink that, the cookies and cream, those kind. Now
Bruh. that's not Boost, man.
Really, this
what? They do have those kinds, but that I wouldn't consider as a fruit juice.
Because it's not fruit lah.
Because there's like, it's not entirely fruit. There's Oreos in it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so I stay clear away from that. But okay, even if it's fruit juice, I also stay clear away from Boost and everything, because it's like food you rather either you do it at home, or you buy from somewhere else. You don't know what they put inside.
No, I've actually experienced this where it's actually much more like buying foods itself and blending it is much more expensive rather than getting it from a store. Because
Really?
you see, yeah,
Huh.
like I've actually like calculated the whole entire thing. So I used to get this berry blast or something like that, where they put lots of berries inside, and then they blend it and stuff, and then they put yogurt. And then I realized if I actually bought those products myself, it's actually much more expensive. Yeah. And it tastes better, and plus the juice itself actually tastes better. I'm not actually just I'm not like I'm not, what do you call this, like advertising and something like, but some foods is actually much more cheaper than making yourself. So I don't know the real contents of the whole entire thing, but whatever that's been stated in the description of the juice itself, actually, like I actually just search it up, and then it's actually much more expensive rather than buying it from the Boost shop itself. But yeah, it's not, it's not that I drink it all the time, but I think every time I go for a 10-click run, then I'll get a Boost to reward myself. But other than that, I would say I used to stuff myself with those apple juice with vera in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's one of my comfort drinks. Other than taping, I mean taping. I don't find it. I don't always buy taping whenever I wanted something to eat. But those juice really
Mm.
were really my comfort food. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Yeah.
The
The
I think I would prioritize more on the health than the price.
healthy
Yeah, because I
health and
really
the price.
don't know. I really don't know what other contents they put.
Yeah,
So I'm a bit
it's
skeptical.
subjective. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I think Boost price I'm not sure about now. I haven't bought it for like years already. But is it like $6-7 for the big one?
Yeah, seven. Yeah,
Then do you
yeah,
remember? Do
seven.
you recall how much yogurt they put inside your berry blast? Is it those very like a big cup of yogurt then they put inside,
Yeah, it's
or
those
they
those where
very
they serve in the marigold, that kind of thing.
oh,
The Yeah,
cause that one already $2-3.
yeah.
Yeah, then you
And then you
about there
plus the
lah.
berries,
Yeah, I wouldn't
plus the berries.
I wouldn't say very significantly more expensive buying yourself.
Mm.
Maybe it's cause you
Yeah,
also
maybe
pay for the
a bit new, a few cents more lah.
yeah
Than usual.
because of the service as well.
Mm.
It's comparing to you do it yourself or you pay other people to do more the service.
Cause, cause thinking about it, Boost buy in bulk, so that's why
Mm.
they get their stuff cheaper,
Yeah, that's true.
and then they add on the rent and then all those stuff. Then it gets a little bit more pricier. But then still thinking about it, you're not buying in bulk. If let's say you're buying for your own self
Mm.
to make your own self, and
Yeah,
then you have to consider the fact that you have to make it, and then you know, your time goes into it, and like you have to invest your time.
correct.
You have to invest in a blender, and then you have to invest in the electricity. That I mean,
Mm.
of course, it's just gonna
Yeah,
be a
it
few
all
cents,
adds up
but
lah.
each time you use it, yeah, it adds up. So yeah,
Correct, correct.
that's the main consideration I have whenever I mean, it's not always, but some of the times that I actually am curious about the things that I buy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also their profit margin not that much also. Maybe
Mm.
they sell like $2, then they want to earn like $1 more profit or something like that. So
Mm.
again, it depends on the organization. Yeah,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
I believe I still believe that Boost is actually one of the like the powerhouses for juice. Yeah.
Mm.
So as both of us, right, as people who work out regularly, right, do you try your own
Yeah.
macros like protein and carbs, or also do you track your calories as well, or do you just eat your heart's content?
I actually been doing this my whole life. I've been eating my heart's content because I feel like food uh is a very supplemental thing that we actually need to do just to survive, or just to survive the day. Cause like I feel like if you are going to count those calories, and then uh you just start to be very conscious with what you're taking in, like even a little bit of grams more
Uh,
than the other. Wow, fuck, I got the I think I fats, yeah. Then like those kinds of like things is very like negative, and I wouldn't want to put in the negativity into my this mindset that I have, because I feel like um if I'm going to if I'm going to think about all these things, then all the other stuff would not matter. So if
mm.
I'm purely focused on the diet itself, that I need to like cut down my carbs or something like that, and then you're gonna sacrifice whatever that you're why
No, go on.
you're gonna sacrifice your like uh I guess your how do you say this, your whatever that's in your reserve,
Mm.
uh then it's why Okay, why are you laughing?
Yeah, you're describing exactly what I do. So you and I are way different on this.
Is it
That's why I'm like,
totally opposite?
yeah. I mean, no, what you're saying is exactly what you're describing about me.
Ah,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh shit.
well,
Like, how do
it's
you
not
know?
really. It's not aimed to you lah. But
No,
like,
I know. But
I
yeah,
wouldn't. Yeah, but
to each his
yeah.
own. But then that's exactly me.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, I feel like if I did this for me, correct. I guess I wouldn't be happy. Like I wouldn't.
Mm.
Um, like it affects my mood of the day. Cause if like I'm always thinking about what I mean, of course I have to think of what I should eat lah. But um, if I'm going to depend, if I'm going to be strictly depending on the diet itself to make my progress of bodybuilding better, then um honestly I think it's too far lah for me. Cause like
Okay.
I'm not saying that you should just eat to your heart's content, like, and then
Like nobody's
don't eat
business.
healthily. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, like nobody's business. No, I have limits lah that I have to follow. And um honestly, if you're actually, I mean, I don't know if it's scientifically proven but I think being happy with like your, I mean, as long as it's healthy, being happy with your own diet um could, I mean, and then the benefits of what you're currently consuming. I think that's more better than uh, strictly starving yourself, because purely mainly because of the what dietary restrictions that you actually enforce yourself to be in.
Mm.
I actually have this experience where remember those I think ops B phase where you guys were training, and then I was like trying to cut weight.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
was very I was very how to say this um like outside of camp, I was very strict with my diet. I purely ate chicken rice, and then the the skin I try not to eat
Mm.
as much as possible. The skin I try not to eat. Then the vegetables is just cucumber. Then
Yeah.
sometimes I'll buy from Stuff D, and then just stuff. They just
Stuff.
technically stuff myself
Yeah.
with stuff. And I honestly didn't find myself uh so called like happy lah. Like I I I guess my mental health this whole dietary thing affected my mental health as well.
Mm.
And I feel like I wasn't progressing at all. And then you saw how thin I was. And then like um it it actually affected like how the way I look. I think I was very lanky um when I just started hammering myself with training. And then strictly, like, I wasn't balancing the the workload, and then
Mm.
the the energy,
Consume the calories consumed. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like I wasn't balancing it all out, which is one of the main few uh things that I did wrong lah,
Mm.
basically. So from that point onwards, I told myself that I should um eat, like, not say to my heart's content, um but eat very, like, normally lah, like one cup of rice would do.
Mm.
And then, like, but don't be too crazy to the point where I actually count, like, every ounce, every gram of rice that actually that actually take, cause that takes time. And
Yeah.
um not say be not disciplined, but just just tikam lah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you see it's good, then good lah. Then if you see that you need more, then add more lah.
Gauge lah, not too much,
That's
not too
what.
less lah. No, I mean
Have
not too much, not too
in
little. Yeah.
moderation.
Yeah.
In
Correct.
moderation. I don't want to be too uh too strict and too loose. I want to be like in the middle in terms of like diet, cause um essentially food is one of the three main things we need. So it's food, the water, and sleep. There's the
Yeah.
three things that we need. So yeah.
Well, as this podcast progresses, we starting to see, yeah, starting a lot of difference really in both of us.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of good thing because got
Yeah.
different contrast,
Yeah.
different, different opinions. It's a good thing.
Perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I damn strict. So
Mm.
again, it depends on the goals. If it's to like build muscle or maintain muscle, or you just running marathon, then of course you prioritize protein first or carbs first lah. Which are more
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if you're depend on the fitness goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
Depends.
yeah, correct. Just like you mentioned mental health, I think I'm more happy when I'm in control of my diet rather than eating to my heart's content. So for example, I know I burn like X amount of calories, so I always go to the calorie counter and try to count how much calories I need per day. So I need about 2,400. So if I eat 3 meals, then it's 800 lah. But as I mentioned, my breakfast was about 500. So lunch and dinner I can afford to eat slightly more, like maybe 900, close to 1k. So I do calisthenics every day. So that is the important function is to build and maintain muscle ma. So the rule of thumb, right, is to eat 1 gram to 2 grams per intended body weight per kg, in terms of kg. So I'm 60 kg. I don't want to eat 2 liter protein. I don't want to eat just 1 gram per day. Sorry, 1 gram times 60. I don't want to eat just 60 grams per day. I don't want to eat 120 grams per day because that's quite high. So my balance is 1.5. So 1.5 times 60 is 90. 90 divided by 330. So I can afford to eat minimally 30 grams of protein per meal. So my breakfast is just nice 30. Lunch sometimes when I mentioned the cai png, right, the pork chop is about 25 grams. Then I add on the tofu and everything, or other kinds of meat, about 10. So I can afford to eat 35 grams at most, maybe at most 40, but minimum must be 30. And I realize as I say this, I sound crazy already because that's exactly how I scrutinize my protein
Okay.
intake.
You knowing what you're doing is not crazy, as long as you're doing this with purpose. And like, cause what I did was I totally restricted myself, and I didn't weigh I still didn't weigh the things that I'm eating. So that's the difference between the two of us. I did it in a healthy way. You did it in a healthy way, where we actually were knowledgeable with what you're eating, and you actually like weighed every single like specific. You were very specific with your diet. So in that, otherwise I wouldn't say that you're crazy.
No, but I'm describing to you. It's like I sound like a mad scientist.
Honestly,
No, but
no. Like I
really?
find this very, yeah, I find this very very interesting and very knowledgeable. I would rather do what you're doing right now rather than me not being knowledgeable, and and still do it for the sake of what wrong advices I've been giving about diet.
But that first off, that's assuring to hear. But secondly, that's assuring to hear. That's reassuring to hear. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but secondly, that what I did is only for breakfast. But lunch and dinner, like I said, if I have to go out, then I can't really control. Maybe if I look at the meat, if it's pork chop, I know, okay, let's say that's about 25 grams, or chicken leg, that's about 25 to 30 grams. Then that will be sufficient already. But if I were to cook my own meals, then I will scrutinize even further. So for example, this pork chop plus meat 30 or 35 grams of protein, calorie wise is about, let's say, 300 calories. So I need per meal about maybe 750 to 800 calories. So the remaining, let's say, about 450 to 500 will be made out of carbs. It can be rice, like maybe 2 scoops of rice, or broccoli, and then fruits. Because fruits, let's say an orange just nice 100, vegetable also just nice 100. Then the rest of the carbs is rice lor. So that's how I balance it out lah. So I build my protein first, then after I add on with the carbs, because we know carbs is essential for bodybuilding as well ma. That's your energy ma. Yeah.
Yes.
So That's how I plan my meals, especially when I was home alone past few weeks. No, not past few weeks, rather a few weeks ago. On that 1 week, I
Currently bulking, right?
no, I like sort of maintaining or cutting about there lah, but definitely not bulking. Just eating balanced meal lah. Yeah.
Mm.
So when I was home alone that 1 week, then I had the chance to experiment lah. What kind of meat that hits my protein intake, what kind of carbs reaches my calorie and carb intake. So I had a good week lah. Because I knowing in terms of mental health, I knowing that I'm in control of my diet. So I'm happy that I can restrict my own diet and not go ham, like literally in terms of diet. Yeah, so I guess again it boils down to the fitness goal. Whether you want to look a bit like Bruce Lee or Cristiano Ronaldo, or you want to be like skinny like Mo Farah, those marathon runners where of course you prioritize carbs more because you run more. Yeah, or you want to build muscle, that's all. Yeah.
Dave Goggins. Have you heard of him?
Hmm?
Have you heard of Dave Goggins? I think it's
David Goggins, yeah, the
David
ex-SEAL. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He's
that's
about 4 or 5,000
5,000 what?
calories per day.
Oh,
But he's actually not quite very active. He's
Yeah.
he's more the runner type. He's like maybe 3/4 running, 1/4 lift weights. He's quite lean.
okay. I
Yeah.
see his body is like very um. It's like those very controlled type, you know. Like
Mm.
he knows what he's taking in,
Yeah.
and like you see his like stretch marks and all that.
Mm.
You could see like the discipline that
Yeah.
you know this man has. I freaking respect those people who actually put in the work, and I feel like those scars are actually very like better. It's like better scars.
Better
and,
scars,
like,
yeah. Correct.
I feel like those are very like respectable people.
Yeah. I aspire to be like him. I mean, in terms of those dietitians, they really restrict and control the meal, really measure lah. I mean, again, if you have the time and the finance lah,
Mm.
yeah, I would say maybe I probably
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Honestly
The-
speaking, I would be interested in being more knowledgeable, like for yourself as well, and like I would want to restrict my like I want to have this control with like I know I support like being um being free to like eat as your heart's content, but yeah, I would like now upon realization, I feel like having control is much more better than not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think
and,
that's
and
my
especially
recommendation.
the notion of that, as you grow older, right, you have to eat less because you grow older, your body functions sort of degrade more. Then you don't
Yeah.
eat as much. So that's why
Yeah.
the control comes in. So it's best to start younger.
Mm.
Yeah, but so what I eat now, maybe 50 years down the road might be too much for me. So I have to still progressively cut down. Especially
Yeah.
when you go to the calorie calculator, you go, okay, you type in your current stats, right? If you like sort of play around now, let's say I my height 166 2,400 calories. But if I at the same weight 60 kg and I 190 cm I require much more because of the height. That's how I play around and experiment. But if I were to write my own current weight and height and weight, but I put in my age as a 70, then I require way less. So the calorie counter is a good indicator for me to plan my meals around.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, both of us we work out. Do you supplement with any supplements like those what is it, BAA
Have any
or like protein
BCA?
shake, BCA or protein shake or those vitamin? Do you have?
I'm currently taking my protein this what do you call this? I'm currently taking 40 grams of protein
Wow.
per day. I think it was a blueberry cheesecake
Wow.
protein. Like,
There.
yeah.
Nice lah,
Yeah.
nice lah.
I fucking like it.
Does it
I
really
want-
taste like blueberry cheesecake?
Honestly,
I mean, okay lah, it's
I don't know, but
definitely artificial lah.
it tastes like cotton candy. It tastes like cotton candy.
Ooh.
And like the sugar the sugar is healthy, those healthy kind of sugar. They don't use uh those it's
Added
artificial
sugar.
sugar.
Ah.
But then I know like most of you guys are like saying um I mean not most of you but like some of you guys are like very skeptical with this protein shakes. Let me tell you that protein shakes and all those supplements have been researched more than the vaccines that you're currently taking.
Mm.
Tiobo.
I don't know about that lah. Right? It's coming from you.
Cause you,
We are research more.
you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he's been confirm one he gets like whey protein and all these kinds of things ma.
Mm.
Yeah, and come to think of it, this COVID vaccine is like just recently just recently so called released out ma. And then you would think, wow, is actually this whey protein is like much more older than the current vaccine that we are currently taking today.
Mm.
And you would think that it has not progressed ever since. But come to think of it, I think it's the science of it has been um more advanced. So now so now it's you think that it's much more like safer and like I feel like though it hasn't reached to the point where uh it fits like to everyone's cause like I feel like everyone's very unique in terms of their like the body construction, like how the body works.
Yeah.
But um you would you would you would say that it has come closer, the science behind the protein comes closer, yeah, comes closer to us as time progresses.
More advanced lah.
Yeah, it's
Ah.
much more advanced than what bodybuilders used to take back in the day.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Oh.
technically speaking, um, you are whenever you're taking protein, consider the fact that this has been researched and like um, this has been like tested on subjects for many years, and um, and uh, just know that a lot of people has been taking this and like I mean it depends on the source that you're taking, so it's very subjective with what protein with where this protein shakes come from and stuff like that. But if it's an, if it's a very like well known kind of protein, then I think that is wise to like let's say you're trying to um you know make yourself what do you call this like better yourself with all these supplements, then I think you should actually invest in those kinds of things. Like if you want to improve your um your what do you call this uh your journey your journey towards bodybuilding stuff. Like
Mm.
what if you've mentioned diet is one of the few things that affects uh the way we build our body.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh.
I would say protein is very
Essential.
uh yeah, very essential
Mm.
towards bodybuilding. And its benefits is wow significant. Like I remember being okay, there's this thing where you'll be dependent on protein. But honestly I haven't been dependent on it because I've been regularly like uh I mean, not regular. It's very irregular, like my intakes in protein. Like some other days I don't take protein, then maybe 1 or 2 days. Like for example, today I actually hammered myself with my workout. Then I'll put more lah. So I mean not put more, but take in protein lah. So it's actually very um selective. It's like a selective amount of days then I take protein. But if I don't need the protein, then I don't. I probably shouldn't say. I probably shouldn't advise this, but that's what I'm doing right now lah. Which come to think of it, I think some bodybuilders or those health advisors wouldn't advise me like taking it irregularly. But honestly speaking, it works for me lah. Like I think I've been progressing better if I take it inconsistently lah. But yeah, as long as you're taking it in moderation, and like um you kind of like judge your the energy levels that you spend, and then you kind of like uh resupply with it with
Mm.
this protein, then I think it's essential lah.
So
It's good for you lah.
you mean if you expend more, then you top up a bit more. If you didn't spend as much, then it's not really required lah.
Or like protein, like
Yeah, protein.
um depends lah. If you're in a budget, then for sure you wouldn't want to spend like $100 or stuff for protein. But I'm sure there's other ways for you to,
Yeah, definitely. More
yeah,
natural,
with,
more natural
with
way.
chicken, like
Yeah.
natural.
No, as in the meat lah, meat wise.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
meat wise. Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah, just be careful out there with all these um dietary recommendations and advices.
Mm.
It may come, it may come to you as very pleasing and like very heavenly lah, but just know that you should actually search more advisors rather than just sticking to one, just
Mm.
because he or she is famous and something like that. But yeah, don't just rely on just one source lah,
Mm.
and seek other advices to. That's another thing with diets. You have to be very knowledgeable with all
Yeah.
these things. But yeah,
This
how about you?
this video sponsored by three industry. One from staff,
Yes.
one from Boost, one
Uh,
from BCAA. All three from you.
yeah,
Can you
the better
imagine?
supply me with. I'm actually running out on protein, so my protein. If you're listening, I would like to have a
Sponsor this
sponsorship.
video.
Yeah, sponsored this channel. I mean, would I want? Okay, fine. For the protein, yes.
For the
I
protein.
love your protein.
For the
I love
stuff,
your protein.
for the stuff maybe no, because beginning you say you thought what times 3 of the meat, then now they're a bit
Yeah.
careful of the stock already, so I don't think maybe they'll sponsor us. Because they know you're ex-worker
Hey,
selling their
but
food.
still, this is about self improvement, and I don't think no one's gonna argue that we actually we actually mentioned their company, and imagine if this channel like grows, and then we don't support stuff, and then they will lose, then they will lose customers. Think of it.
Well, true. Yeah, we see it that way. Yeah,
Yeah, how about you?
as mentioned in the health episode, the second one, I took steroids. In terms of BCAA, yeah, I also took that as well, the powdered drink. But
Yeah.
as also mentioned in the health episode, I wasn't that when I was weightlifting. I wasn't that I didn't prioritize a good diet, a high protein diet, and sleep as well. So I didn't
Yeah.
really see much of the effects. But
Effects.
the only effect I felt when drinking the BCAA was I somehow my balls tingle. I don't know why. Yeah.
You sure it isn't because of the steroids?
I think that was before, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that was before. Because it's always without fail when I drink. 5 minutes later I feel it. So it's not just the steroid. Yeah.
Did you have your balls checked or something, like you actually fondle with your balls and like see if there's any lumps?
I mean, we had the medical at CMPB one, so it should be okay. If not, they will not clear me already.
You don't check your balls.
How to see?
No, like you can feel the so-called because your balls are round, like
It's weird.
you just feel your balls.
It's a bit hairy.
Like no, dude, like even Hamza does it, bro. Like he actually like felt his balls, and like he felt if there's any lumps or something like that. Then they check if there's any lumps, and then if there's lumps, you should probably get yourself checked. And yeah, I think some people especially KSI, like I feel like he mentioned this in one of his videos where he say check your balls today, and like grab your nutsack. I think that's what he said. Grab your nutsack and just feel it. See if there's any like any differences and stuff. But yeah, I feel like these kinds of these kinds of habits should be um should be made a habit lah. Cause I feel like um I mean not because I feel, but because I heard that it's very common to have those kinds of those kinds of sickness.
Mm.
So yeah, I do think it's important for us to check on ourselves,
Mm.
see if we're so called healthy lah, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you medic, so where I go
Yes,
over, you
yes.
help me.
I'm a medic.
You
Yes.
you
Wait.
test for me.
Oh my Jones. Jones. No, you.
I go into your room. Then you know the CMPB one. Okay, you cough. Then then you see whether.
Bro, no MO, bro. Um.
What are
Mm,
you contemplating?
contemplating of being a doctor. Yeah.
No, I mean, okay, yeah,
But,
sure.
but yeah, never mind. Dude, just feel it for your own self. Like do it in your own privacy. Don't come ask me
Yeah.
to come to your house.
But yeah lah, I mean that was long ago lah, like what 2016, 17. Yeah. Then
Mm.
medical was 2019 mah, so should be okay lah.
Mm.
Pray touch wood lah, touch wood. Yeah.
Where's your wood? Where's your wood?
Yeah, touch wood. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you have I would assume you have cheat meals and cheat days.
Yes. Yes. I
How
mean,
often?
considering that I'm eating to my heart's content, I'm pretty sure it's almost every day.
Wow. Holy shit.
No, but dude, let me tell you that um I've been like, not say I've been really trying like it's a moderation lah. So
Mm.
okay, don't erase the almost every day, because I don't think that's true. I think once in every week lah, honestly, because I feel like I've been hammering myself quite hard lah. So I honestly do think that I deserve some kind of okay, that's the wrong thinking that I should deserve something, but
Mm.
I think it's a culture that I should actually eradicate, like erase. But I'm trying to instead of making myself to so called like uh to in a way to discipline myself, I actually put all the tidbits in front of me, so that if I'm tempted to eat, I won't eat. So
Oh.
currently, right now, I have wait, actually, since I cleaned my room, I have these two sweets in front of me every time I like study. So
Mm.
these are chewing gums, bubble gums, and I
Oh.
try to what do you call this, tempt myself by putting this in front of me. And whenever I feel sleepy, like during work, or like whenever I'm studying, I will look at it, and I will test my it's kind of like
That's your willpower lah.
a will like
You test your willpower lah.
yeah, testing my
Oh.
willpower. So I will look at it, keep on looking at it, like I know I want to eat, and then I just go back to go to what do you call this, to back to work. And then I
Oh.
feel like that's like what do you call this, a way for me to go away from me being tempted into
Eating those
all
sweet
these.
stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's, but yeah, cheat days.
I thought it'd be like the Rock, he eat the pancake.
Pancake.
If I'm not wrong, he has cheat days as well.
Mm.
Yeah, pizza, all that.
It's nice. It's nice. It's nice to have cheat days, because you kind of like want to look forward to something. I mean,
Mm.
it makes you look forward to. I mean, if that's what you want, it's very subjective. But
Yeah.
if cheat meals are like something that you look forward to, then I think you should go for it.
I don't believe in that notion. I don't look forward to cheat meals, knowing that
I mean,
it's a
yeah.
cheat lah. But again, is what my parents cook or conjure up. If it's like let's say pizza or something Western then okay lah. That's my dinner mah. If I don't eat then what do I eat? You know. Then
Mm,
but most majority of the time they cook quite healthily lah. So I have to give them that. Yeah, I just eat lah.
mm,
But I will not actively seek them out to cook unhealthy meals or go out to eat unhealthy meals at restaurants here. In
mm,
terms of snacks, sweets, those kind, uh, I don't have a way to test myself. It's just completely eradicate like don't buy or if have my father and brother always snack one. So I will see snacks lying around. So I just see that I knowing that it will make me feel damn bad. So what should I eat? You know, and the 3 meals that I eat already quite is actually no not quite very sufficient already. So there's no point eating so much. Yeah, my
so it's
brother
like
and my father can lah because they can afford to eat because they're bigger in size, not just size but height. So if you look at the calorie wise, they sort of can afford to eat lah. But I cannot be like short. I somehow I think being short or tall it has to do your calorie intake have to adjust depending on your height.
mm,
Yeah. So
mm,
like the comparison you see people short and stout, then obviously they eat a lot more. But those tall lanky people they can afford to eat a lot. What? Yeah.
mm.
So that's where the calorie comes in. Yeah. Okay, so I guess the craving, okay. If you have craving for desserts, we get a whole of sugary foods like cakes and ice cream or eat fruits. Just now you mentioned you're slowly uh, phasing in into eating fruits, right? And then but dessert wise, you eat like your Filipino cultural food like the flan and the taho, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Depends on what is available, honestly. Cause but I will try to eat natural natural sugars like fruits.
Mm.
Excuse me. But yeah, it really depends on availability. So but if the healthier option is available, then of course I'll pick the healthier option cause
Yes.
I feel like that's more like I feel like those kinds of fruits and all stuff all these stuff are actually a luxury to in here like in the Philippines cause now I feel like uh actually not I feel like but I see that that fruits and stuff like that are much more expensive rather than those flavored drinks or like uh all these unhealthy stuff lah.
Mm.
It's like a luxury
Yeah.
to have these kinds of things, to have the variety of fruits.
True.
But yeah, I would rather pick fruits.
But if you have, okay, let's say you're craving for dessert, right? But you have
Mm.
no fruits and a tub of ice cream in the fridge. But based on your willpower, you still want to eat the ice cream, or will you say or will you say screw it, let's not have dessert because it's just ice cream, because there's just ice cream.
Actually, now I realize that I'm not really interested into sugars.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would say that I would I wouldn't eat ice cream at all.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, it's a realization I made like just recently. Cause like I noticed that I wasn't that I'm now not really too much on sweets. Like if I'm hungry, then all I have is sweets. Then of course I will consume sweets. But um, I mean the hunger is like those kind of like I need a full meal kind of sweet, but I don't have the time to like have. I, I don't have the time to actually eat a full meal But yeah, if sweets is like one of the things, then I would eat it cause that's what I need
Mm.
I need food. I need something to eat. But yeah, if there's a healthier option, then of course I would
Mm.
go for it Yeah.
I think for me dessert I quite manageable but okay, if you're talking about snacks I had a impromptu realization like yourself. That was last year. So generally I work out about 1700, and then I will have dinner afterwards, like almost immediately lah. But there was once I worked out like way earlier, maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour earlier than before, and then dinner was quite late as well. So I felt hungry lah. Then I realized I needed a snack, so I go make myself I believe 2 slices of bread plus a slice of cheese. That'll be my sort of protein lah, because I believe that eating a meal or eating a high protein meal after working out is essential lah to recovery lah. But because I did have dinner, my dinner was quite late, so I decided to have a snack. Then I realized what I ate was not fulfilling. I mean, it was not fulfilling in a sense where shit, all my workout gone already, but I felt like fat afterwards. The realization is that if I want to snack, I should have taken a fruit instead, and it's much healthier lah. But I guess that's the psychology of it. You feel like a slice of 2 slices of bread plus cheese and an apple, right? Protein wise is obviously you take the bread, right? But then there's this psychology thing that you perceive the bread as unhealthy, and you perceive the fruit as healthy, even though the fruit has less protein. So it's either you prioritize the protein, but you feel like sort of fat. You feel like your workout is not been it hasn't been essential, or you take the fruit which you offers less in protein, but you feel way healthier. So it's like your mind playing tricks on you. Yeah. Then because obviously I would like to prioritize protein, but then it feels like I felt so full and fat after workout. Felt like my workout has been nullified. Yeah. So my realization is that if I want to snack, I'll just eat fruits. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have the same notion as well. Cause like, my dad actually told us before, I mean, is it my dad or my mom? Anyways, he advised us to eat fruits before. It's better to eat fruits before meals rather than fruits after, cause eating fruits before makes you full, and or whatever that you restrict yourself to eat, whatever you restrict yourself to eat, is like perfect, like the whatever you eat is perfect already, like I mean, as long as it's moderate lah, but like whatever you eat during that period is like you'll feel full already, like you'll feel satisfied with what you actually eat, right? So yeah, same motion for this.
Yeah. How do you make yourself knowledgeable in nutrition?
Now I actually have this actually today is Thursday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, today today is health day, so it's like a health day for me. So I try to, as much as possible, like make myself knowledgeable with this regarding to the day, which is health. So I read articles, and I try to read books now. Like now I think very essential.
Yes.
And besides that, I listen to like podcasts about diet, and like how they get to sustain with their nutrition and stuff, and like the different sciences and opinions about nutrition. So that's how I make myself knowledgeable with nutrition. How about you?
YouTube have those pure fitness YouTubers, like for example Sean Nelawani or Mario Tomic. They prioritize not just the fitness aspect, like you go to the gym, you do set workouts, but they also prioritize more life in general, how you balance life, how you prioritize your workout, your work, as well your career, your family, and as well as your diet lah. So the notion is, the old bodybuilding adage is that you have to bulk a lot, eat a lot of meat, and all this. But the fact that I presented just now on how I prioritize my protein, like 1 gram to 2 gram of protein per intended body weight, right? It comes from this kind of these people. They say that okay, you just eat within this range is more than sufficient already. If you want to bulk, you just add another maybe 200 calories. You don't have to go ham on your bulking. You want to cut, you also cut back like minus 100 or 200 calories. You don't have the notion is you don't have to go ham or so extreme on when you're
Yeah.
cutting or bulking lah.
True.
So that's where I get my
Very true.
information from. Google as well. But and that is more again is subjective to a point where you can absorb all this information and apply to it. But whether it's sustainable to you is another question. Whether it how it affects you is another thing you should look at. Yeah, doesn't mean it works for this person, doesn't mean it will work for me, ma. So that's where
That's very true.
that's where the experimentation comes in. You have the knowledge, but you experiment. So
Yes.
that's how I get my information. Yeah. How does how does planning your meals and watching what you eat tie into self improvement?
Mm, I feel like the habit, um, it gets you into a habit that breaks the cycle of unhealthiness. So yeah, I mean, I think it's not just an opinion, but it's actually a fact that if you actually start a habit and it turns to a lifestyle, it definitely breaks the cycle of you or the culture of you eating unhealthy or living unhealthily. And um I feel like being healthy is like one of the few reasons why like the few reasons what makes us happy, what makes us happy.
Mm.
Cause honestly, if you are healthy and like everything is fine, like you don't have any sickness, you are genuinely much more happier as a person. Like you feel like you're able, like you can do anything, like
Yeah.
do parkour or something like that, or do backflip lah, something like that, and you wouldn't have any restrictions. Like
Mm.
there's nothing that restricts you on doing things. Like for example, running. Like you know, if you're eating well, you wouldn't have much injuries,
Yeah.
and um you wouldn't experience what an old guy experiences when he's 60, and you get to make use of your potential of what you can actually be.
Mm.
And I'm not talking about just like bodybuilding and stuff, but like your limits your limits to work to like what beat world records. That I feel like nutrition has a big part to play with uh how we function as a
Mm.
human.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we don't include this, if we don't, is it called dilute or whatever, if we don't include nutrition, then we wouldn't have progressed as a society, and um we wouldn't have evolved. Like our mindset wouldn't be evolved on self improvement and stuff like that. But it exists. Like nutrition exists. That's why we get to have these kinds of uh this kinds of I feel like as time passes, like for example, if you compare yourself to ages ago, where there's like philosophers like Socrates or something like that. I feel like as time passes on, and then you start to realize that there's com like nutrition knowledge is much more common. You feel like a lot of people are now like kind of like um they are now like very knowledgeable on things, and like
Mm.
they they it's not common that you know stuff about all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've evolved just because of um we've evolved just because of like mainly, I mean, not mainly because of nutrition, but because I feel like nutrition is has been part of us like since the early ages.
Mm.
And yeah, I think that's what made us progress compared to the other animals that I mean, as humans progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's
I feel like nutrition has a big part to play lah.
mm.
So yeah, if it's that big of a deal, then I think that you should put you should put the same kind of effort that that you should put the same kind of what do you call this, importance,
Mm.
such as how important it is for society to progress with nutrition.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
as nutrition progresses, so does the science involved in it. I
Yes.
think it's about the sciences
Mm.
that also adapts and evolves lah. Yeah,
Mm.
because it's not just food intake mah. It's just that's where your macros, your calories come in mah. Last time don't
Mm.
have this kind of thing mah. Now we know that much more knowledgeable because of the science behind it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your notion. My notion on how it ties in with self improvement is more on the planning aspect. It's like
Mm.
if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You
And
fail to plan. Yeah.
if
If
you
you
fail to
fail to
plan, you
plan,
fail
you're
to
planning
fail.
to fail. Yeah. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail mah. So this I won't say planning meals is simple, but then it's like a foundation. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're planning what to eat, what to cook, what kind of
Yes.
meals you want, whether healthy or not, whether it's sufficient for your bodybuilding, for your workouts, or for your run. And when you plan all these things, right, then in other aspects of life you can also plan in detail. Of course, it won't go according to plan lah. But once you have this notion of planning for things, then you're on the right track mah. So that's where the quote comes in mah. Failing to plan is failing to fail mah. Yeah.
It's the standard lah
Yeah.
that influences other parts of life in
Correct.
general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing remarks?
Closing remarks.
Any advice on how to eat well and balanced?
Control your willpower. I feel like willpower has a I mean not control, train your willpower. I think willpower has a has a huge part to play um in terms of our self development.
Mm.
Because if we don't have the willpower, then we can't improve. Yeah. I mean that's about it. That's about it. And oh yeah, purpose.
Yeah.
Always
I'll come to
always
that.
always always, always find
Yeah.
purpose
Yeah.
towards your nutrition as well, because
Mm.
it is as important as all other aspects of life. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I think I
how
can
about
build
you?
onto that lah. I can build onto the purpose when you have regardless of what your purpose is in terms of keeping fit bodybuilding, calisthenics or running just count try to have a good gauge on how much you should eat and how much protein or macros or carbs that you take in, and make sure that when you plan your diet it's sustainable. And if you are the kind of person that would want a cheat meal per se, then okay, I'll go for it lah. But no, like Sam said, know your boundaries and control your willpower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Train your
Because
willpower.
yeah, I mean you learn to train it, then you control it lah. Then
Oh, yeah.
one advice, one of the YouTubers that I mentioned, Mario Tomic, he said that if okay, you can have a cheat day, but then also know that okay, you have this cheat day, learn to get back on track already. Don't because you have a cheat meal, then after that you will progress to a second cheat meal and third and consecutive cheat meals, then you will lose your progress. Then
You
that's
become what?
that's
What's that word where you
complacent.
complacent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
don't
become
get
complacent.
complacent.
Yeah, don't get complacent. No, have an end in mind. That's where the purpose comes in. Have an end in mind. There's definitely no straight road per se. You confirm one day deviate, but when you deviate, know that you actually deviated and can actually go back to the right track, as long as you're
Yes.
aware of it. Yeah, then once you have that, then you're on your way lah. But it's never perfect lah. Once you go to plan, you maybe I would say 95% achieve it, and the 5% will have some external factors that will sidetrack your progress. Let's say parties or occasional cakes, something like that. So learn to control lah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Yes.
So
I mean, if it's good, then if it's good, okay. Okay. Just one tip. I feel like as an like I experienced this like quite a lot because um a lot of parties has been like, there's a lot of parties that's going on in the house. So um if let's say you found yourself like liking uh this this meal, or like this food, this particular food or dish, um just know that okay, if you want to go ham on it, but just know that uh you still have to you have to have like something to compensate to what you've eaten. So not to make you feel guilty, but to make you aware with what you are currently doing lah,
mm.
to say. Yeah. So yeah, be aware.
So like you eat this meal, then you feel like, okay, if I plan to eat this thing, I want to the next day I want to run 10k just to sort of burn it off lah. Is that what you mean?
Have, yeah, something like that. I have a way to like, okay, I'm not trying to say that you should eat it, but if you are tempted to eat, just know that you have to compensate. There should there should be a guilt right after you eat that particular like meal.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so it's like a awareness, like a self, like checking yourself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the same can be said for the opposite. It doesn't mean if you run 10k, right, then you should reward
Yeah.
yourself with something unhealthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's vice
Yeah.
versa. So at least one thing, like Sam said, be aware, and then you act accordingly. Yeah. So Sam, I guess we have come to the end of the episode, but I have bad news.
Thank you for having me. Oh,
Yeah, I have bad
and
news.
you?
I
Why?
forget bring my bottle.
Yo, okay, go.
Bro, it's downstairs, bro. No, okay, for today I like that. For today I like that. Okay, I compensate tomorrow. The next episode I will drink double. I will compensate. I promise.
Full bottle. Okay.
Okay, let's see. But I definitely drink more than what I usually drink. But I will compensate. I give you my word. We talk about
Okay.
compensation. Let's do it. Oh
I
my
trust you.
god. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I forgot about it.
for Jones. Okay. For this episode, I will finish this bottle for Jones.
No, don't need. Don't need.
Yes, I will. I will. I will like punishment. Not reminding you to refill your bottle.
Oh, I don't like that. No, it made me feel like Nash. Yeah, last time, where buddy, you feel like you are me and I'm Nash.
From me, sorry.
Alright. I do the honors.
On the 10th episode, Why on the 10th episode then you say never be popular? Huh?
Can you imagine for the 100th episode I forget to record? Touch wood. Wow, don't sekali really happens.
Stop saying it. Stop saying it, bro.
Okay. Bottles up.
What is up? Ooh, your
Caps
hand
off.
Your hand nothing. Your hand got nothing, brother.
I feel bad, Okay. Caps off.
Since Jones never bring his bottle, I will say out the food.
Fine. I pretend to drink it.
Huh?
Yeah, you say go ahead.
Alright. So guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment down below and share. Why the order like different like that? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah.
And thank you for the 10 subs.
Yes, thank you.
We're hard to achieve more, 50, 100,
Amen.
and so on.
And,
Yeah.
to those subscribers, if you guys are interested in doing a collab, we'll be just message us through Instagram. Anyways, see you guys in the next week. Life is good, so live it well. See you guys in the next week.